Welcome back again, and this is Football Pitch Fans. And as you know, we'll talk about football. Tactical analysis, and here we'll discuss and dissect matters regarding football. And today we want to do a preview on Aston Villa versus Chelsea. And here in the studio with me, I have
Starchy active.
How you doing? How you doing?
It's not been an easy weekend. It was a very hectic weekend for Chelsea and the Blues. But then, like I always say, it is football. Anything can happen, you know. We just have to stand back on our feet and continue the game. That's why it's called football, you know. So yeah, I feel
do you have? Let me just dive in a little bit. Do you have any concerns about like ref controversies, VAR controversies, or you feel okay, fine? I take this loss. It's my loss.
You know, as much as I would love to do that, you know, yeah. As much as I would love to do that, I wouldn't want to be, what's it called now?
Biased.
I want to be, biased. You know, I'm not a biased guy. All of you out there, you know me.
You repented.
You know, I'm not biased. You know, I'm always in for the truth, and nothing but the truth. You understand? So, as much as I would love to blame that game, a lot that happened in that game on the referee, but then I didn't see my team performing in a way they didn't play like they wanted to win that game.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't want to take the win completely from the efforts from Arsenal team.
So the punishment, the coronation, the induction to Arsenal football team, everything that happened to you that day, it was well deserved.
No. You know, these things, sometimes it goes your way, sometimes it goes against you. It's football, you know. The inconsistency of the referee and the VAR in the Premier League, is not just today's topic. You understand? It has been something that has been going on for quite a while. It has favored some persons, it hasn't favored some persons.
That's true.
I feel like it was not just our day for us to be favored. So it went in the way of Arsenal. So we hope for the best in the next games. Yeah.
All right, so right now, this game we have in our hands right now, which is Aston Villa versus Chelsea, it's poised to be the battle of the top four, because right now, Aston Villa is comfortably, topping Chelsea with 6 points, whereas Chelsea right now is languishing on the 60th position, I would say, right? Yeah. And going to this game right now is going to be the battle of the top four, because Aston Villa have really, considered down so low from being a title contender to really contending for a place in the Champions League spot come next season. And right now, Chelsea still have the quest ongoing for them to really, maintain and solidify their stay in the Champions League come next season. So this game right now, Aston Villa have done it against you at home, and right now you're going away to Aston Villa after having a sorry defeat against Arsenal. Will you go into this game having in the back of your mind that it's a must win and it's a revenge time, seeing that Aston Villa have actually done it to you? They won you at the bridge. Are you going into this game with revenge, with the anger, with the whole aggression from Arsenal, and also seeing that the top four is at stake here? Are you going into this game with all revenge, and is it a must win for you?
So first off, it pains me so much that when calling my team, you are calling Aston Villa, because naturally Aston Villa is not a team that should be competing with Chelsea.
No, don't say that. Not this season.
You understand? Even from the beginning of the season, I had always said it, that Aston Villa, they are just doing initial gra-gra.
Wow.
You understand me? Because I knew they were going to go down, and they will still go down more. You understand me? The last game we played against Aston Villa, it was the reason we lost that game. It was out of the fact that my team, we slept in that game. We were leading the game. We had a good game from the beginning of the game till the second half. Even towards the end of the second half.
Yeah,
that was when Aston Villa got the goal they got, and they had the momentum, and they were able to get the winning goal. So I feel like we dominated Aston Villa from the beginning of that game towards the end. So I don't see this game to be much of a battle between myself and Aston Villa, because lately, if you observe, Aston Villa has been having bad games. You can imagine Wolves beating Aston Villa. Wolves that everybody has won this season. Even the lowest team, they've won Wolves. And you, Aston Villa, you say you want to be top four. You're going into a game against Wolves and you're getting a loss. Come on. They are even still the last on the table, and you expect the same Aston Villa to to win me. Even if I'm going to their home, I'm going to get a win against them.
It's really a massive statement considering the claims we've actually laid out right now. You said Wolves defeated them 2-0.
Yeah.
And yes, will you still say yes? What you said not really bad, but will you take it home to yourself because you actually could not get 3 points over Burnley, which is still not really nice. Seeing Wolves and Burnley, they have 2 similarities. So my question to you right now is how affected are you, how concerned and how worrisome are you seeing the recent drop of form which Chelsea has been in, and also Aston Villa, I would say, because Aston Villa, yes, since this year started, they just managed to win 3 Premier League games, which is really bad. At the same way, Chelsea too, you people have actually, slumped out. You've had a run of bad games, I would say. The form is not there. So how worried are you that, form is going to play a huge part in this game?
Yeah, so, Chelsea as a team is a big team, So I like I said earlier on, I don't like the fact that you classify myself and Aston Villa on the same, what's it called?
Line, on the same bracket.
So it doesn't make sense because me as a big team, big teams will always be big teams. I get 1-2 setback and I get back on my feet. You cannot compare myself with Aston Villa that is a small team. You understand me? Aston Villa normally that we know is a mid-table team. Do you understand me? If not for the fact that lately they've been getting good players and they've been trying their best to meet up with every other big boys in the Premier League, So me, being a big boy that I am, I feel like this game against Aston Villa, my team is going to get a win. A win is rest assured for my team because we have had the setbacks, like you rightly said, against 1-2 smaller teams. We got draws and we played against Arsenal. Arsenal's game, if you watch that game, at least you could tell that my team is not playing completely out of class.
Yeah.
You understand me? We are still playing like champions because even with the red card, we were still pressing us now. If you observe that game, if not for David Raya that saved their ass in that game, I believe that we would have gotten a draw, if not a win in that match. And if not for the red card we had, you understand me? More pressure would have been on Arsenal. So I feel like going into this game against Aston Villa, it's going to be an easy one for Chelsea. It's going to be an easy one for Chelsea because we are coming back with full pressure and full force. Because we have gotten a loss against Arsenal and we're coming to pay them back for our loss against us.
All right, so we definitely will round up right now. But lastly, let me just ask you, because of what you've said right now, about the red card saga, and how worried are you, which I want to ask you, seeing that, the indisciplined Wolves has, persistently caused the Blues. I think I can certainly count how many players who is yet to see a red card in the Chelsea jersey, I would say. Right now, it's really something huge that Chelsea is facing a huge form of indiscipline, and it's not really nice for a big team. Having red card cost you most of your matches is not really nice. And the other way around, we've actually seen it that even Aston Villa, they have been depleted in squad in terms in their midfield. I think Camara is out injured, McGuinn and Talisman is there, injured still. So I feel this game is going to lack a lot of attacking options. Seeing that, I think João Pedro right now, yes, he's on form a little bit, but the Neto who has to, shine in this game is not yet there. And you're going to field in the likes of Garnacho coming in, which I feel like that wing is already dead on arrival. He have been a shadow of himself lately, Garnacho, I would say. So this game right now, putting everything together, 1 or 2 together, Chelsea, red card costing them persistently in each game. Whereas Aston Villa, on the other hand, they've actually been depleted with injuries. Talisman, their midfield is actually depleted at the moment. So tell me right now, what's going to be the solution for you? And that leads me to the last question, which is a prediction to this game, because we want to really round up because time is not in our hands. So tell me the lack of attacking option in this game and also what your prediction is going into this game.
Okay, concerning the red card issue that you made mention of, I don't think it is a thing of trying to I don't know. I don't think there is any other method apart from the coach talking some sense into these players. Because if you observe, these players are inexperienced. Most of the players, they are inexperienced and they are still young. They are still tender. So you know, the level of indiscipline shows even in their game. Apart from just their gameplay, their character also. In my last interview, I was calling upon the management of the team to please get experienced players, at least players that could seem as a father figure to these young ones. Do you understand me?
Father figure.
More like a big brother.
That's it. Okay. Let me leave it, because it's a father figure. It should be the coach. Okay.
More like a big brother. You know, this is somebody I'm watching, trying to learn from.
Emulate, yeah, good
Not
examples.
that they will just go on the pitch, you tell them what to do, and they'll start playing. These players, they have minds of their own.
Yeah.
You understand? As much as the coach tells them what to do, them going into that pitch, because they are all young players and they're all playing together, they would want to do what is in their mind. You can imagine Dilap, the time he got red card, like silly, uncalled for, he just went to the ref and, you know, silly attitude. Even when Madueke was still in Chelsea, you could even see the whole inexperienced act in him. So I feel like the coach should do more of talking to these boys. They have to control their emotions. You don't bring your emotions out on the pitch, whether you're winning or you're losing. You need to control yourself. It is football and it's a game. It's not a game of fight.
Don't you think the fans actually contribute a little bit to how these players are feeling, how the fan base has been, you know, so unruly? So, you know, I say Abbey FC, that's where you put tempt yourself to be. So don't you think the fans too have actually been, you know, breathing in the fire into these players, and the players feel pumped up going into every game, seeing that, okay, yes, just have a good, you know, large fan base, and everything you actually, you know, gets applauded by the fans. So they want to go extra mile to do extra. So don't you think that the fans actually has a hand into how these players have been pumped going to every game?
You said, I said Agbero.
That's what people identify yourself as, you know, Chelsea fans.
Then secondly, I feel like, you know, it is normal for fans to make those comments. You understand? But not all fans would be in support of a player reacting in the way they do. I don't know if you understand what I'm trying to say.
I do.
Because everybody has their own opinion. You cannot say because the fans are saying push this, make noise, disturb, and you want to do that. You understand me?
Okay.
So I feel like these players should control their emotion. It is football, like I said from the beginning. It is football. You play the game, forget about your emotions, and just enjoy the game.
Good.
Whether it comes your way or it doesn't come your way. I understand that emotions takes the best parts of you sometimes during the game. It takes it takes over you, but then they should try. I know they're still growing. You understand? They're still growing. Like I said, the inexperience level is still taking a toll on them. So I feel like with time, they would understand better and they would learn.
So I still feel with what you said right now that the coach has to do something when it comes.
Like I said,
put in a sanction or a fine on players that have a red card. So that if you say that, okay, fine, anytime you get a red card, so amounts will be not even play. So amounts will be deducted, because definitely a red card will make you not to play for like 3 games in succession. So there has to be a fine if you get a red card. So amounts has to be deducted in your weekly wages. And with that right now, I think when money is involved a little bit, the players has to start putting in cognizance what is being said and what has to be done. So tell me right now, going into this game, what is your prediction going into this game?
Okay, I would say it will end in a 1-2.
2-1.
Yeah, that's Chelsea, because we're coming from away. Aston Villa is going to get a goal, definitely, because they're at home. And in their last match, they did not get a goal against Wolves. So definitely they will come in with the aim of
with this team.
I want to win.
So are you going to say, because are you saying Wolves' defense is stronger than Chelsea, which is why they're going to concede?
Definitely, you cannot compare Wolves' defense to Chelsea.
Nice.
Wolves is actually last on the table. So
that's a setup.
How would you want to compare my defense with that? That's a very shameful question. I was supposed to have problem because that is that. But anyways, Chelsea is getting a win in that game.
2-1 win.
Yeah, 2-1 win. Chelsea.
Chelsea to win, 2-1 win. At this point, the fans, this is actually running, and the fans can actually hope nothing but a win for their club. But yet, this is football, and anything can happen. And not forget that Aston Villa has actually been playing good football since this year began, but they actually started to fell off right now. That the pressure is on, and this is running, because since this year started, 2026, they've managed to just win 3 games since this year, which is really bad for for a club who has once more been a title contender, but right now they're contending for the top 4. Chelsea, on the other hand, is really struggling, and the performance actually has been hitting them lately. They couldn't actually capitalize to have maximum 3 points against Burnley. Against Arsenal, they saw 3 points grabs out from their hands, and right now in this game they will look for salvation, for redemption, for everything possible to really get at least a point or 3 points. But yet this is football, and Chelsea has all it takes. But I'm seeing a good game in our hands right now. At Aston Villa, it's not going to come out easy. They want to maintain that form, but they'll actually be depleted with injuries, I would say. So going to this game, I'm seeing a 2-2 draw. You love draws. You love draws.
I love draws, but not against my team, you know.
You're embarrassed right now.
No, that's not, this is obvious. You know?
Yeah,
this is
you love draw, but not for your team. That statement.
Given that my team had consecutive draws,
loss.
We had 2 consecutive draws and a loss. I don't see my team going into that game against Aston Villa wanting to get even a draw.
All right, so for me, I'm seeing a draw in this game. I feel like the welcome party for Liam Rosenio is over. You know, right now we've seen him when he came in new. We've actually been winning games, and I would say those teams were meetable teams. The performance was not really exceptional. Right now, the fixtures are coming thick and fast, and again, the fixtures are strong right now. Away to Arsenal right now, they are playing Aston Villa. After this game, after the FA Cup game, they will be playing. I think who will they play? Newcastle. Yes, after PSG, they'll be playing Newcastle, and after that, I think there are 5 games fixtures in the Premier League. Is really strong. So right now, the party is over. Let's see if William Rosino has what it takes to keep his job, I would say, and also keep Chelsea afloat for the quest for the top 4 and Champions League football come next season. This is where we're actually rounding it up to this moment. Thank you so much for watching. Even up to this moment, your humble host Benny Lina, and here in the studio with me, I have Starchy, #1 Chelsea fan. Let's see how the game actually not holiday. Let's see how this game actually plays out. Stay with us because we'll bring you all of fun experience to this game, the fan watch along, and also the fan interview. Let's hear from the comment section what your thoughts is about this game. We'll be reading it all out and really see what your thoughts are about this game. Thank you so much for watching, and see you on the next one.